Okay, lot. So today we will be making a little bit of a showcase slash review of not even one of the best, I would say the best, the most influential weapon in this game, and that is the Squid Blades, right? So the Squid Blades is an amazing weapon for a lot of different scenarios. Now, for those who are not familiar with it, you unlock this weapon after hitting level 25, and once you hit level 25 you will receive a quest from the NPC called Manny, which will essentially ask you to hunt various little monsters in one of the maps. And once you complete that quest, you will receive Squid Blades as a reward. And trust me, once you hit level 25, that should be the main priority that you have, because trust me, when it comes to this weapon, you will be using it in like 80% of the whole game. Not just because of the amazing damage but it does, but it's also like crazy passives, crazy abilities that it has. So yeah, first of all, let's review how it works, right? So for those who are not familiar with how Squid Blade functions, essentially the basic ability, as you can see here, is a very fast hitting single target damage, right? I know some people were confused about the numbers here, right? You can see that the regular number and then there's a one that is 3 times higher. If a number has an exclamation mark next to it, this means this is a critical hit. Do not worry, critical hits are a bit of a later thing. They only unlock after you hit level 30 and you open up the Elite Hunter program, right? Because these critical hits come from the various temporary rings that you get. But yeah, just for reference, this is where these little higher numbers come from. So with Squid Blades, right, the regular attack is just a very fast hitting attack. Next up, you can see that there's a little blue bar under my HP bar. As long as you don't attack, don't use any skills, and don't take damage, this bar will start filling up, and once it goes full, you will become invisible, right? Now, you can still get hit by enemies, right? For example, if the monster uses an AoE ability or something like that, you can still show up, right? You'll lose invisibility. You can see that, I think I'll show this in just a second. If you take some damage, yeah, you can lose your invisibility as well. So as long as you don't get hit and as long as you don't use anything, you will be able to gain. And as soon as you use your attack after having invisibility, you will dash to your closest target and do a massive damage, right? Now, also a little trick that I have with this weapon, right? It's a very small one, right? Why is my mount like that? I think, yeah, my mount is bugged again. Cool. Basically, there is a little bit of a trick on how you can avoid losing this, right? So one of the ways is to have a dodge ring equipped. What dodge ring does is essentially it has a certain chance to not receive any damage or any knockback at all, and if you actually get hit and dodge the attack, you will not lose your charging bar. Another way is to equip a life jacket, and once you have the life jacket equipped, even if you take hits but the life jacket absorbs those hits, you will also not lose any invincibility in the process, right? So there's like a few tips and tricks when it comes to using the Squid Blades, right? And now let's review the best ways how you can make use of this item, right? So the first one, I'm gonna review 3 different categories. Essentially, first one is just in regular hunting worlds, second one will be for rifts, and third one will be for dojo, right? Because you can use Squid Blades in all 3 of these and they are amazing in all scenarios, right? So when it comes to worlds, the main reason you would use this item, right, it's definitely not like the highest DPS item when it comes to rifts. I know a lot of items like fists, items like I guess Pincicle, right, they do have in a lot of cases much higher damage. However, Squid Blades just have that amazing utility of being invisible, right? This is the main reason you would use it in regular worlds, and that is because for example, if you are doing something like a daily quest, right, another amazing feature about them is essentially you're looking for a specific monster, right? Instead of having to fight every single monster, getting slow like I just did right here, right? You can still sometimes catch AoE attacks from other people, right? Instead of having to hunt all of these, you can just straight go to the enemy that you want, right? When it comes to daily quests, the enemies are marked on the minimap, and you will be able to locate them and complete the daily quests much easier. Now luckily for us, I found the mega charge ladybug, so yeah, just showcasing that. On top of that, right, the damage you can do with them is really good, right, especially when paired with vitamin shot and really cool sticker, which you will have vitamin shot, but you might not have real cool sticker unlocked yet. So yeah, if you're not in the elite hunter program, trust me, the damage you see with vitamin sticker is not even the final damage you can do. Once you pair vitamin and really cool sticker together, that damage will double, right? So yeah, the potential for damage is really there regardless of which weapon you use, right? But for Squid Blades, right, the damage it does is pretty decent, right? It's single target damage, so in case the bosses or something like that spawns additional minions, it can get a little bit of annoying, right? But essentially, you mostly use this item to go invisible and to avoid getting hit while hunting for a specific monster. For example, you're hunting for an overcharge, you're hunting for a mega charge, you're hunting for a dailies. Regardless of which purpose it is, it's an amazing weapon to use in Worlds. And of course, just to give you the satisfaction, I will showcase the 6 cores that this boss dropped, right? Okay, let's go to this. Now, when it comes to rifts and using the Squid Blade, right, it is a very versatile item in a lot of them, right? I would say you are able to speed run around like 80 to maybe 85% of the rifts by simply going towards the boss. If all 4 people in your team do have Squid Blades equipped, in a lot of cases you can simply just ignore the waves before them completely, go invisible, go all the way to the boss, and just kill it that way, right? So this is usually the strategy for speedruns, right? Because when you're trying to hit under 2-minute runs, you simply just don't have enough time to kill every single enemy. So yeah, for now I'm showcasing it in one defense. It works in here amazingly as well. I'm showcasing it in the raid where some of you will have unlocked, right? So because this weapon unlocks at around 25, majority of the people who may be watching are usually gonna be like level 20, looking forward to this ring, seeing the potential, right? Or maybe you just unlocked it, so I'm hoping that the content I showcase here is something that you are familiar with, right? Instead of showcasing like the nightmare mode of like Elite Rift, which, hey, look, I will do a video on it probably tomorrow, so stay tuned for that if you want to see the experience using it, right? But yeah, it's an amazing weapon, especially for raids like this where you need to do a lot of single target damage. Now, unfortunately, we got a bit unlucky and got grouped up from 2 bosses, but even then, the damage is able to pull through, right? As you can see, pair the Squid Blades with vitamin shot, pair it with a really cool sticker, and the damage becomes absolutely insane, right? And yeah, this is an easy way to complete it. This is a very easy way to speedrun a lot of bosses. Just to showcase you one of the examples, right? But it works in a lot of nightmare raids. Also, I want to mention this, when it comes to Squid Blades, right? There are 2 different builds that you can do. There is the main damage build, where essentially you are just boosting damage from raw attacks of Squid Blades. And there is the gadget build, where you are essentially doing damage with gadgets. However, you are using Squid Blade invincibility, or rather invisibility, in order to avoid getting hit and recharge your abilities. So yeah, that one will be essentially the topic of the next video, where I will showcase you how to complete every single, not every single, but 7 out of 9 elite mode rifts by just using a single team with Squid Blades, and trust me, that one is amazing. And lastly, I have to not forget the dojos, right? And while in dojos, Squid Blade is not like the main weapon, it does allow you to choose two of the rifts, not the rifts, two of the dojos in here. So that is the helping hands and the taking hits. And the way you are able to cheese these is by equipping Squid Blades, going into a game, and guess what? Doing nothing. Yeah, so essentially two of these levels will have these little NPCs called plum spirits, right? And regardless of difficulty, whether you're doing normal difficulty, hard difficulty, or nightmare difficulty, the damage they will do to the boss is the same percentage-wise. This means that even whether you're doing normal or nightmare mode, as long as you don't attack the boss, they will be able to kill it in a very similar amount of time. I think they're doing, I guess they are programmed to do damage based on like percentages, right? Maybe like 1% every hit or something like that. So regardless of how much HP the boss has, you are able to cheese it this way, right? And you can do it with two of the, I believe there are 6 dojos in total, so you are able to do with 2 of these. Right, so that just takes a little bit of a guesswork on how to complete some of these rifts. And yeah, all it requires you to do is to go invisible. Again, I don't know, this might be patched in the future, right? But yeah, as you can see, I even tried to hit it a bit, right? You can try to hit and do a little bit of damage and dash out to help out the spirits if you want a faster run. Sometimes the AI will start attacking the spirits, as you can see here, sometimes it won't, right? I haven't figured it out fully yet, but yeah, this is a way how you can speed up the runs a bit. And yeah, essentially, this is a very easy way to complete it. This is a little bit of a use for dojos, right? And lastly, of course, there is PvP. I haven't played PvP too much, right? But when I did play PvP, I tried using Squid Blades, and it's, again, another amazing item. You are able to essentially just go invisible. Now, when it comes to invisibility in PvP, right, it's not exactly as amazing as in here, right? Because invisibility in PvP, essentially when you go invisible with Squid Blades, you still have this little yellow dot showing where you are, right? Essentially, enemies are able to hit you with AoE abilities, they just cannot target you directly, so it's still good, right? Especially if you're going into like a mosh pit where people might not pay attention. But I'm gonna leave PvP for a whole another video, whole another topic, right? Mostly I'm reviewing this from a PvE perspective. And yeah, that's pretty much my review of the Squid Blades, right? Amazing item, trust me, as soon as you will unlock it, it will be one of the most used, if not the most used item that you will have, along with a few others, right? Of course, there are items like the speed shot, items like the spinsicle, that are really amazing weapons, but just not even the raw damage, but just the passives and the abilities alone are an amazing tool for you in a lot of content in here, right? And yeah, that's pretty much the review of the Squid Blades, right? I will also review some of the higher level weapons eventually in the future. This includes weapons like the spinsicle or the buzzkill, right? Just to give you an idea of how they work. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe if you want to stay tuned for other videos like this. And yeah, peace.